Our cool season forages are growing faster than we can graze them right now. And in this video, I'm gonna get things set up not only to graze the cows that we finish out on pasture, but also setting up the paddocks that we use to graze our pigs on our best spring forages. A couple days ago, I brought 6 of the steers that we're finishing out on pasture out here. We do give them some supplemental grain to help increase their body size, but their primary nutritive value is forage, and that's what we like to do. And I'm just going to give them a little stretch of pasture here. These are the oats that I planted. There is some chicory, there's a little bit of clover, and a little bit of ryegrass in here as well. If I give them a bigger section of it, or if I just turn them in here, they won't take advantage of it. I'm going to start off by giving these 6 steers a strip of forage here, and then I'm going to go prepare to move the pigs. Hopefully I'll get them moved this afternoon. We'll just have to see. It's taking them a minute to come in here. These are used to fairly regular moves, but here recently we just hadn't been moving them every day. We hadn't had quite the forage, so they're a little hesitant to get moving across that electrified gate that we had up. Now I've got to go get the pig paddocks set up to move the pigs into those paddocks. Let me take you over here and show you where we're going. So this is where we're going to move our breeder pigs. We've got a lot of good forage. You can see the peas growing tall, starting to bloom. You can also see the cereal rye. It's gone vegetative. Not a whole lot of value there, but then you'll see clover in the bottom of this field as well. I'm going to start off putting the pigs on this side, partially because it's drier, but also there's more biomass over here. In order to do that, though, I've got to run a fence line here where I mowed. Yesterday, my nephew came and helped set these posts, along with some other posts we had to fix on the farm. For now, I'm going to go on and tie the porcelain insulators and check the perimeter fence, make sure we can get power over here, and we'll go from there. This fencing system is called a high tensile electric fence. There are a lot of other different types of systems, but we use wooden corner post and end post, and then steel T-posts every 50 to 75 feet. What I like about these is that they're easy, especially for pigs, to move them underneath the wire. They'll learn when you go pick up the fence, they'll learn to cross underneath the wire. The downside is that you can short out the fence fairly easily if you're not careful on T-posts. So the fence will be running down through here, and I'll strip graze these bits of peas here to give the pigs fresh forage. My nephew Reagan may be here to help in a little while set up this fence line, so just in case he is, I'm going to go on and run the fences, make sure we got power on the fence, and then we'll set that fence line up. Let's see what our voltage is out here. 1.1 kilovolts. 1,000 volts isn't going to do a whole lot. Let's see where the short is. 8,500 volts. So somewhere out here around the pigs, the fence is shorting out a lot. Usually when it shorts out this bad, it's in the pen where we train pigs to the electric fence. There's just a lot of grounding points there. So I'm going to start there and then we'll go home. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness. I came out here to check on the grounds out here, and this sow's farrowing. I'm going to get these piglets away from her. In our main training pen over here, where I've had these breeder pigs, I was hoping to move them yesterday or today. And the fence is shorting out in here. I'm going to go tighten the wire, and that should keep it from sagging and shorting out the fence. But this sow farrowed, and now I've got a bunch of bigger pigs, a couple weeks old, almost 3 weeks old on one group, that are wanting to nurse off this sow. So that's going to be a problem that I'm going to have to deal with here shortly, moving them. But the first thing I've got to do is fix the fence over here. I've got a reel over here near all these piglets that I need to tighten. And I certainly don't want to get those piglets over near that sow that's farrowed, which is exactly where they're going, and I've just run them away from there. So I'm rethinking this entire plan now. I think after I get this fence tightened, I'm gonna go on and check the perimeter of the fence, make sure everything's fine on the electric fence, and then we got voltage. And then, rather than moving the breeder pigs to that paddock where I needed to erect the fence, I may go on and plan to move the pigs into another paddock, and that'll give me another few days to get that fence put up. The main thing I need to do is get these pigs away from that mama. Keep that from sagging too much. There you go. All 4 of your babies are there now. I've gotten that wire tightened. I'm assuming that there's some other shorts on the fence, but I bet that fixed the majority of it. We'll find out. Well, that got some of it. Not nearly all of it, though. Well, I found the short on the fence. We got some trees. My nephew Reagan finally made it. I cooked 2 pounds of bacon today for our lunch. Reagan has had his, and that's how much is left. He ate my lunch.
Sorry.
I can tell you're really sorry. Apparently he likes the Dowdle Family Farms bacon.
Yeah, it's very good.
We're gonna go cut the limbs off this tree and then put the fence up. What did I just ask you to do?
Move the rhino.
Out of the road?
Yeah.
Does that look like it's out of the road?
No, sir.
So we're pulling up to cut the trees off the fence now. When I came out to check the fences, there were several trees on 4 or 5 different fences all touching the ground, and that dropped the voltage fairly significantly, in addition to what was grounded out in the training pen. I thought you were about to walk by that and not get it off the fence. I was looking for an excuse to give you more grief. That's unfortunate. It looks like our pigs are going to be eating crawfish. That's where we're going to put up the fence, and we'll probably get it done today, I hope. But this is right here where we put that pig compost, manure compost, when we cleaned out the pig pen that's over there. Came out here and dumped some and raked it, and then just broadcast these clovers along with some daikon radish and other stuff. I don't remember what all. And so what I'll do is I'll block off a section right there and turn them into all this area here. They'll have some shade in the woods, some forage here. I'll set up a temporary line there and just strip graze it. I think those sows will perform well on this. Getting ready to go put wire on the fence. I asked Reagan to pick up this wire, and I thought he'd bellyache and complain, but he managed to get it done. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's heavy.
How much is it?
I'll tell you in a minute. Come on, put it on there. It's a lot easier if you just pick the whole thing up instead of trying to pull it. Like, pick that roll of wire up and set it over the top. You were pulling it again. They call it a 100-pound roll of wire.
Wow.
And you thought it was 35 pounds?
Well.
Have I had fun today?
Yeah.
I love it when my nephews tear up the side-by-sides. Probably a better question is, have you had fun? Huh?
Metal, I didn't notice that.
What did you think they were?
Plastic.
Why do you think I was having such a hard time doing it?
I mean, I don't really know.
Do you think I'm a weak person?
No, so I was just going, why is he struggling? Yeah, because it's not filming anything.
That's fine. I'm less focused on filming and more focused on getting something done today. We got those 2 wires tied. Now it's just a matter of pulling it down. We got the wire pulled. Now we got to tie it to our insulators. My goodness, I boogered that one up. You remember how to do this?
Yes, sir.
Can you do it?
Yes, sir.
Can you do it right?
Yes, sir.
Do it. Remember what I told you yesterday?
Yes, sir.
When you flip that thing around, it can castrate you if you're not careful.
Yes, sir.
That's exactly what I was talking about. I boogered that one up down there.
Oh, really?
All right, come on, let's finish up. We got the first wire run, but we didn't get the T-post in the ground, which is what I was really wanting to get finished today. However, I can go on and move the pigs tomorrow afternoon after church. We've got 2 paddocks to move them in. That'll give time for these 2 paddocks that I'm creating from the one where I'm putting the fence. It'll give that time to go on and dry out a little bit more. I did go on and give the cows another fresh strip of forage, and they were belly deep in it. And man, they were loving it. You could hear them chewing the grass so well. I just sat there and watched. Anyway, I got to get on to church event. Y'all take care, and we'll pick you up tomorrow. Charlotte and I got here this afternoon. We're gonna move some pigs around, but the first thing we're gonna do is go on and move the cows. Pulled up here to do it, and I don't know if you can tell, but this was almost bad. That fence is only barely above knee high right there. And fortunately the cows had plenty to eat and did not try to cross it. I'm gonna pull this fence up, Charlotte, and what I want you to do is stand right here and keep the steers from coming out here while I've got that fence down, okay? Here, you can hold the camera too. All right, boys, come on, boys. You can let them come by now, Charlotte. Because if I touch that wire, I'm gonna get quite a shock. It's funny, they're eating the brassicas that have bolted more than they're eating the oats. There's also a little bit of ryegrass or some other kind of grass growing up in there. Now this is where we're gonna move those pigs that are in the training pen. I'm not gonna move the boars, but just the others that are about to farrow. And I'm gonna put them in this paddock. Lots of nutrition here. They'll need very little supplemental feed. I'll probably give them some anyway. They've got shade, some nesting area if some of them do farrow. And if they farrow and we move the others off, it'll be fine if they stay here for a while. It took me a little bit longer than I'd anticipated yesterday, so I decided to move all those breeder pigs where the piglets are and move them over here to this field. I did not get that full fence set up. And so what I'm doing is this land is going to be a little bit drier, not quite as much forage in it, but I can graze them here for a week or two. And then I can go move the pigs after it gives me a few days to set that other fence up. So it's time now to go get the pigs, get them in the trailer so that we can save those little piglets. Hadn't even got the feed in there. We got pigs jumping in already. Come on, pigs, let's go. This is just the first group of pigs that I brought out here to graze on this paddock. I got all those little piglets and their mothers away, and I got that dealt with. It was hard to get video footage of that. Over the next couple days, I did get other breeder pigs that we had quarantined. So Berkey's out here along with some new old spots, Yorkshire, some Herefords, and some others, and we'll just evaluate them. It's so much easier to train pigs to your system when you have some pigs that are already used to it, and I think some of these are going to work out fine. Come on, pigs!
Will not.
Y'all remember, it's been a while for some of you. Come on, pigs! Sweet! So these sows right there, and Berkey's never done this, but these sows right there are used to it. That old spot, the Hereford, the York, they've never had a move quite like this. Man, look, they're already, ooh, I just got shocked. They're already tearing that chicory up. Man, they're loving it. So this York and this Burke right here are two of the new pigs, and we'll see how they do. I don't think that York is going to last, but they are coming out here to me looking for grain to eat rather than taking advantage of this forage out here. And this is a really nutritious forage, especially for breeder pigs. The pigs that we've raised on the farm, that's one of Midnight's babies. No, that's not one of Midnight's babies, but that's one of the pigs that we raised on the farm ourselves. She's very good. That sow there, Ellie, is not one of ours, but she's been through this process before. So have these others. If they don't forage, it doesn't matter how good of mothers they are, and that York just is not doing it. I suspect the old spot over there that's coming up from the distance will learn. This old spot gilt right here is doing surprisingly well. And this is her first move on pasture. The Hereford has never done this either. And we're just gonna see. Berkey, he is he's learning the ropes. It's interesting, they're going for the chicory first. Those it looks like they're getting into some of the peas over there, but mostly chicory, maybe a little clover. What's that Hereford? That Hereford's eating some Balanza clover and a little bit of red clover. I'm really impressed with that Hereford, much better than I expected to be. If she's a good mother, she's got a really good chance of staying on the farm.